game. 2 rushes for the Laney College Eagles, and they haven't got much going so far. One of the keys coming into this game for the Vikings is they needed to stop the run first and foremost and force the game into the arms of Brookshire. Brookshire steps back, dropping back, looking across the field, wide open, catches it at the 20. He's going in 5, touchdown Eagles. So just like that, 3rd and 10, a blown coverage from the Vikings opens up a wide open seam, and number 19 comes in for the touchdown. That is Kieran Hadnot, the running back out of North Shore Senior High in Houston, Texas, comes up with the touchdown.
Well, Hadnot, the receiver, came out what it seemed to be looked like some kind of wheel route that just got right back behind the coverage of the Vikings, and whew, mama, there goes that man. Hadnot going in for a wide open touchdown reception, and that's just too easy. The Eagles are going to lead this 6-0.
2 men were in the vicinity for the Vikings, but nobody had that man covered. It's just an unfortunate play of events for the Viking fans out here. And the defense folds early despite looking very nice on the first 2 plays of that drive. So the kick is down, the kick is up. The punter is also the PAT kicker. That's Isaac Pareda. And it goes through the uprights, smooth. And now Laney gets on the scoreboard first, 7-0 with 11:54 left in this first quarter of play.
One of the things that the Vikings are very familiar with is adversity this season, and they have been through a lot. They have had struggles, but they also have had their triumphs, and a fair share of them at that. So what I think is going to get them the win here is having the ability to bounce back, getting knocked down after an unfortunate series of events such as that, but being able to come back on offense and put some points on the board.
Yeah, so we saw it right there on the last drive. Hoyer had some time to throw despite having those 2 substitution or second-string offensive linemen coming up and playing. But unfortunately, he just was not able to put the ball in the right position. So take a deep breath, get calm. You're having time in the pocket, so you got to come out here and make it happen. You have to be this leader, and you have to be able to get this team rolling early. So coming out to kick it once again is Isaac Parada. Taking a short kick. It's going to be fielded by one of the up men. No, instead Cribbs comes up. Cribbs running up the middle of the field, has a little bit of space, cutting back out, and he's tackled down. The ball pops out. The Eagles are stepping on it. Fielded at the 30, continues to push it forward.
Oh, my.
And the Laney Eagles will get it at the 17-yard line. So another special teams miscue, and the Vikings defense is in trouble once again.
Well, what did I say, Max? Special teams can win and lose you ball games, and there's another perfect example of it right there. The kick returner had the ball. He was running down the sideline, made a couple of good moves, and then pop goes the weasel. The ball came out, and it's the Eagles' ball again.
Ball security is always the #1 thing you have to do in football. That is the first and foremost thing that you have to pay attention to. And unfortunately, the receiver on that play, or the return man rather, Cribbs, was just trying to make as athletic of a play as possible.
Right.
But unfortunately, he forgot about ball security. And now the Vikings defense will face a 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. So the Eagles will come out on offense despite kicking it off after that fumble on kickoff. And Brookshire will come out with a pro set shotgun snap. Quarterback keeper running up the middle, getting a nice gain of about 4 yards on the play out to the 12-yard line. And Brookshire gets his first rush of the game.
One thing that I am noticing is that the Eagles are taking care of the ball a lot more than the Vikings are. The Vikings are basically treating it like they lathered it in some bacon grease. And they need to treat the ball better. Ball security is going to be one of the main focal points of this game if the Vikings want to come out here with a success.
Right to left on your radio dials as Brookshire gets the snap. One-on-one coverage across the edge. Goes up with one hand. We'll see if he catches it. Waiting for a call, and he catches it. One-handed diving catch by Jared Smart, throwing a go route on the edge on the short side of the field. And Brookshire hooks up with his receiver once again, and that is just a terrific play by Jared Smart. Coming up there with the big mitt, getting the feet inbound, and the Laney Eagles strike lightning fast, going up 13-0 with 11:05 in this first quarter of play.
Did he really just do that to him, Max?
One-on-one coverage, I mean, that's just a tremendous play. You see everybody practicing these one-handed catches because of what OBJ did back in the day.
I mean, that was just nasty. Oh, my goodness.
That is just a tremendous athletic play. I mean, good coverage by the defensive back. You can't expect a guy to go up there with one mitt and
nothing you
bring
can
it
do
down.
about it there. If he's going to put up a mitt like that and come up with the catch, whew, he just got mossed. Nothing else I can say.
Parada comes up with another PAT, and the Vikings are down 14-0 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it is not looking good here for the Vikings. You know, only less than 5 minutes into the game, and we are already down 14-0. The Vikings need to show some fight, some composure, and they need to come back and show that they know how to take care of the football.
They just need to take a deep breath and play some solid fundamental football. They're trying to get a little too fancy right now. They're trying to get the extra yardage, getting the ball popped out by Cribbs on that last time around. But yeah, they just need to come out there, take care of the ball, get on offense, and just run your system.
Right, exactly.
So the Vikings will come out once again, the deep men. So they send Zane Cribbs back once again. And then the other man on the return, I'm trying to get a number right now. It's number 14 for the Vikings. And that is Matthew Larks, the cornerback, out there as well in the return game. So Isaac Parada coming out. He's going to kick it for the third time today. It's only been about 4 minutes into this game, and the Eagles have kicked it off 3 times. So another short kick. It's going to be fielded by Cribbs. Cribbs running up the left hash mark, cutting it back, has a little bit of space, dragging multiple defenders with him, and gets all the way out to the 37-yard line. So a good return this time by Zane Cribbs. And the Vikings are going to get some decent field positioning with 10:57 left in this clock, but they're down 14-0 early.
Well, that's a start. You know, they didn't lose the ball, and they got into decent field position right there with the kick return. They're already off to a good start.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line, and we'll see what the Vikings are able to do on offense. They did get a first down last time around on some nice catches out of the backfield from Rayshawn Alexander and a nice toss sweep as well. And the Vikings will come out with a double back set pistol formation from the middle of the hash marks. Working left to right, Hoyer will call for the snap. Motioning Zane Cribbs, tosses a toss out to Alexander in the backfield. That's actually Jackson, and Jackson diving forward for a gain of 1 on the play. 97 was the man on the tackle. That's a nose tackle. Salii, I mean, let's just say Tuimasi, because those Polynesian names are fairly hard to pronounce.
I agree. I definitely agree.
So, I mean, just a great job from the nose guard coming out there and making an athletic play. So Ray Jackson will be the man in the backfield once again. And for the Vikings, it's going to be Jake King at that fullback position in the pistol. They hand it off underneath one more time to Jackson. Jackson has the ball popped out. It's on the ground, scrambling for the ball. Looks like the Eagles will get on top of it. Fumble on the play once again. And we'll see what they call it. Yeah, the ball's already out of the pile. Number 5 came up for the recovery, and that's Cameron Nathan, the linebacker, just doing a tremendous job from his inside linebacker position. And once again, miscues from the Vikings team put them in just a terrible position on defense to start it out.
I mean, I keep asking myself how it could keep getting worse, but unfortunately, the Vikings are finding ways for it to get worse, and the Eagles have the ball once again on their side of the football field, so this is not getting any better.
So, working right to left now, the Eagles will come out in their offense once again. And they have a up back off the right side of the offensive line working out in the pistol. So Jordan Brookshire comes out once again, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right side, tossing it deep downfield. Another wide open man catches it at the 10, scampering in for another wide open touchdown. And the Eagles will go up 20-0 like it's nothing.
It's bad, Max. Now it's bad. I mean, when the man catches the football with no one around him and he dips his head like he's finishing a track race, that's when you know it's bad. I mean, he literally finished that like it was a track race.
Quintus Hall Jr. coming up with the 41-yard reception. And this Vikings defense is just getting blown apart early in this game.
That's the second bomb of a throw. I don't know what to say. The Vikings are having some miscues on defense, especially in the secondary, and they need to fix it right now.
It's just blown coverage more than anything. They're having people wide open going out there and just, I mean, it's on that right side of the offensive field as well. It's always in that same spot. There's no safety over the top.
Yep.
And it's just a blown coverage every single time. Somebody's going to get pulled out this game, as the PAT is up and good from Parada once again, and it's a 21-0 deficit, and it hasn't even been 5 minutes yet.
Yeah, there's 10 minutes and 5 seconds left in the ball game here, and the Eagles are already up 21-0. It doesn't seem like this should be happening, but the Eagles are running away with this ball game.
The Eagles aren't even running away with it. They just robbed it instantly from the gate. They came out here and they swooped down and just used their talents to claw at the ball every single time. And they're up 21-0. Oh my goodness. This is about the worst start you could ever think of if you're a Vikings fan here in Vikings Stadium for the very last home game of the season.
Yeah, it's bad, Max. It's really bad.
So Larks and Cribbs are out there once again. The wide receiver and the defensive back are out there to return it. And Isaac Parada will come out once again to kick off the ball. Another short kick angling out to Cribbs. Cribbs will return it from the 10-yard line. Running up the left hash mark, has a little bit of a seam, and he tackled down at the 26-yard line. Some good coverage. It's going to be officially tackled down at the 27-yard line. Number 28 came up for the tackle for the Eagles, and that's once again Aquante Morris, the backup running back, with the special teams play.
Well, Max, I know I've said it twice, but now is the time more than ever to come out of the face of adversity and show some composure and poise, and come out and get this offense in a groove and make a comeback here. Try to make it ease the pain a little bit.
So closer to the near hash mark, but between the hash marks, Hoyer's going to come out of offense once again in that pistol look with the fullback off the right hip. The running back in the backfield is Rayshawn Alexander, as Hoyer calling it. Can't get the ball off. And, well, the Vikings, 12 players on offense rather before the timeout. And you could hear them, the coaches on the right-hand side, the coaching box for the Eagles is just directly about 10 feet to our right here in the booth, and they just keep yelling. They have 12, and the Vikings can't get it going on offense and defense. They're just miscues left and right.
It seems to me the Vikings do not have a lot of passion going into this game. They seem to be making too many mistakes.
So Hoyer will work out that same exact look, the two-back pistol set. They'll hand it off to Alexander. Nope, it's a play action. One-on-one down the field, breaking off the wrong side of the route. And that is another miscommunication between Jared Hoyer and Roman Sahagan. Hoyer threw the go route, but Sahagan cut back on a 15-yard dig. And, I mean, it's just, this is about the worst thing possible for the Vikings to start out this game.
Max, I'm trying to keep my optimism, but at this point, it's getting real ugly. It's getting real hard to watch.
So the Vikings will come in and face another 2nd and 15 from the 22-yard line. And they're going to have to get something going real fast if they want any chance to stay in this game. Down 21-0 with 9:53 left in this first quarter. So trips bunch off the short side of the field. Hoyer work out of the pistol with Rayshawn Alexander. They toss the screen out to Sahagan. Sahagan working towards the sideline, tackled down after a gain of only about 4 yards after the catch. Sahagan gets about 7 yards on the play, but an offensive lineman was diving down, falling forward to his face. That's Tyler Clemens, the right tackle, trying to come out there and block, and they're going to say it's going to be a personal foul likely on the Eagles.
Yeah, and despite the call, looking at that play and looking at this game overall so far, you can definitely see that the Eagles want this game more than the Vikings thus far, and the Eagles are showing a lot of poise and a lot of passion that they're pouring into this game, and you can really tell that they want it more.
Well, the Eagles are actually playing for something right now. They're 2-1 in Basics Conference play, but they only have 2 losses on the season. They're still trying to get into the playoffs, and they're still trying to make something happen here in the postseason. So, despite all the success the Eagles have had so far, that personal foul will move the Vikings up 15 yards, and the Vikings will work out of their shotgun from the near hash marks. Tight bench off the short side of the field once again. The man leading the pack is Justin Ross. They motion Sahagan from left to right. That's actually Zane Cribbs looking downfield, pressured, rolling off to his left side. He needs to throw it over. It's tipped off the hands of a defender, and an attempt is made by the defensive end, Jordan Whitley, to come out there and try to get the interception. They tried to do a little bit of a tip drill between the nose guard and the defensive end, but fortunately for Hoyer, that ball was batted down a little too far away. Whitley wasn't able to get there, and the Vikings will still live to see another second down.
Yeah, the big boys on the D-line were coming. Hoyer felt the pressure. He tried to get rid of it. And like you said, they were playing tip drill. That big boy almost dove and got that ball. But fortunately, the Vikings are able to keep the ball.
Spread pistol look for the Vikings as they work from the middle of the hash marks on the D of the DVC logo. They toss another pass out to Cribbs. Cribbs cutting back inside, tackled down at midfield. We'll see how. It looked like almost for a second that the ball might have popped out, but Cribbs was down before that. And the Vikings will get it from the far hash mark on the 50-yard line. And let's see what they can do on third and man.